This is actually more like an inspiration to all those who seek this young generation, who seek the truth, who seek to know the real story, who seek to liberate our people, who seek to bring light to darkness. Um, Over time and history, truth is truth. It does not need backup, it does not need qualification, it does not need godfather, it does not need connection, it does not need age. Truth is truth, light, God. So I tell all you out there, Africans, blacks all over the world, Nigerians, if you have chosen to fight for the truth, to find out your truth in your history on any form, it doesn't matter. Don't allow anything or anybody to discourage you. You don't. Truth does not require no certificate or qualification or uh, uh, connection or nothing. You should always stick by the choice and the path you have taken to tell the truth, to question, to seek. Don't be a believer. Thinkers, be a thinker. A thinker don't need to believe. You know, the reason we have a lot of believers in Nigeria, in Africa, those brothers and sisters that have been brainwashed through religion is because they are not thinking. The only way to 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 manipulate and capture people, turn people into dummies, is to make them believe. And that's why you see in Nigeria, to be precise, we have a lot of believers. 99% of Nigerians are believers. You know, that's why we are the bigger market today in the whole of Africa. You know, Nigeria is the bigger market. But the unfortunate thing is that they are bigger market for outsiders, not the citizens of Nigeria, because we are believers. So I tell you, brothers and sisters, if you have taken it upon yourself to tell the truth, to be a seeker of the truth, you should not be uh, discouraged or afraid of nothing, because the truth does not need backup. The truth does not need direction. The truth does not. You don't need a commission or anything to seek and speak and share and teach the truth. The truth is all you need as your defense and your inspiration. Keep doing what you are doing as long as it has to do with telling the African story, the real story, not the one the white man scripted for us to keep us perpetually controllable and foolish the way we are right now. You are choosing. The ancestors behind you. Stay steadfast and do your research. Find out the things that we don't know, the things we believe wrongly, and share it with the world so other people can learn. I made a quote on Easter Day that the suffering of our ancestors and the suffering of Africa all over the world is way greater and is supposed to be. In fact, our ancestors who have been crucified in the sea, amputated, killed, raped, is the greatest cross and suffering that has ever existed. All these white man Jesus that they make you worship all around is annoying now. You know, let's relearn. Let's open our people's eye, because they don't know the history of slavery. They don't know what has been done to our forefathers. They look at that fiction, that story. Ah, Jesus died for us in the cross. Fuck you. Go and go and study the history of what has been done. How many of our ancestors were butchered? You know, these motherfuckers are carnivorous. They used to eat off our people. Look, go and study and see what was done to our people that they don't want you to know. And then you decide for yourself, who is the Jesus that have died for us? Who is the Jesus that have shed his blood for us? If we must worship anything or anybody or any God who have sacrificed himself for our survival, our existence, it should be our ancestors, not some white fictional Jesus. Yes, you should go and study the history of slavery and decide and see for yourself who is the real Jesus, who is supposed to be worshipped, prayed, honored, and my people perish for the lack of knowledge. This time around, my people are perishing for the lack of history. Go and study. I urge African youths again and again, go and read. Begin with the story of history. And you will find out that even most of the first slave that was uh, brought to Africa to convey our ancestors like a cargo or like a goods. Some of those slaves were named Jesus Christ. Some of those slaves were named those ships were named Mary Magdalene. Most of these names in this book that they used to manipulate us were names of slave ships. You don't know that because you don't read. Go and study your history. That's why there is so much entertainment today. You have music, you have sport, you have all kind of fiction to distract you from your history. Because the moment you know your history, the moment you find out what was done to your people, you begin to know who the real Jesus is. Not you begin to differentiate who the real Jesus is. Use your brains, man.